My name is Zach Keller, and I'm going to be showing you how to use the class scheduling form for Forms 1 and 2 that Daria Fradkin and I created. So you should have been emailed this form, and when you get there, you'll see that the first question is, what is your calendar ID? So to get your calendar ID, we first need to set up your calendar. So you're going to open a new tab and go to calendar.google.com. When you get there, there's one of two things you can do. If you're a Pingry teacher and want other teachers and administrators to be able to see when you are busy, you should use the existing default calendar at the top of your sidebar. If you want to be able to control and manage your own classes and have you be the only person that sees them, you can create a new calendar in the drop-down here. So I'm going to start by creating a new calendar. So teachers that want other Pingry teachers to be able to see when you're busy, just hold on a second, I'll get to that later. So here I'm going to create a new calendar. I'll call it, you can call it whatever you want. I'll call it Zach's Classes. And then down here, I'm going to share it with the email address scripts@pingry.org. And then under permission settings, I'm going to mark Make Changes and Manage Sharing. Then I'll add person, create the calendar, and you'll see that in a couple of seconds, it's going to pop up down here in this sidebar. And it may take a couple seconds. That's completely fine. So there it goes. So now to get the calendar ID, I'm going to go to the drop down and select Calendar Settings. Scroll down a little bit, and I see the calendar ID is right down here. I'm going to select it, copy it, go back to the form, and paste it in this top blank. So that's how you do it if you want to create a new calendar. If you want to use your existing calendar, then what you do is go to the drop down next to it, select Calendar Settings, and then up at the top here there's a tab that says Share this calendar. You're going to go to that, enter scripts@pingry.org, and under permission settings, mark Make Changes and Manage Sharing. Then you're going to add person, save, and then to get the calendar ID, it's actually just your email address. So you can see if you go in the calendar settings, the calendar ID is just your email address. So at the top of the form, you can just enter your email address here. And that's if you're a Pingry teacher that wants other people to be able to see when you are busy and when you have classes. So I'm just going to leave this calendar ID in because I want to use my new calendar. So now we'll enter some classes. So the first part is that you have to name your class. So if I was a teacher, I might name it Period 2 Math. I select the period that it meets, which in this case is period 2, and it runs full year. Click Next, and it asks me if I want to add another class. So just for the sake of demonstration, I'll add one more class. I'll call it Period 4 English. It meets period 4, and it meets full year. And let's just say you can add as many classes as you want. I'm just going to stop here. So I click Next and Submit. And when you click Submit, this little page pops up. And there are a couple things written here. At the top, there's a link to see your calendar. So I'm going to go there in a minute and show you that it worked. And it says you're going to get an email within 5 minutes. So there's one of two emails you can get. One email, and this is hopefully the email that you'll get, just says that everything worked and that it was a success. And if you get that, you're all set. You could, however, get another email that says something went wrong. And if you open the email, it's going to tell you exactly what went wrong, and it's going to explain how to fix it, and you can just take the form again. If for some reason you forgot to add a class, or you want to add more classes, you can just select Submit Another Response and add the classes that you didn't add the first time. So now I'm going to show you the calendar and the classes that are now in it. So I'm going to click on this link, and it takes me to my calendar. And if I move over to September, when classes start, you'll see that I have all my classes in, and these are at the right times. And it takes a little bit of time for it to populate all the way through to June. But you can see it's worked. Thank you for listening.